Hello. Sanibonani bantu benkosi. Welcome to Wisdom Revelations. The month of love is here, and happy Valentine's Day. In today's episode, we are going to talk about the secrets to sexual intimacy in a relationship. My guest will be sharing with us the tips and the wisdom of spicing up a relationship, a sexual intimacy. That great sex does not start in a bedroom, but it starts with sexual anticipation. Everything starts in the mind. That when you meet your partner, you get to be more contagious, which will lead you to great love scene and foreplay. I hope you enjoy this interview and happy Valentine's Day. And please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you the other side. Shalom. All right. Sawubona coach kunjani?
Ngikhona njani coach?
Hayi siyaphila coach. Yeah, it's been too long coach.
Yeyi, dala
Sex
sagcinana.
Adala zagcinana coach. Kodwa topic esayikhuluma last is intimacy and money. I think
Yes, that's what it
it was
was.
a powerful, the most watched video ever.
I saw the numbers. I saw the numbers. We did great. We did great. My sister
I
did that.
did that one.
We did great.
That one coach. And someone sent me another video, someone talking about the same thing that we're talking about. Said, hey, actually your guess was correct. Like, oh, okay, no. All is well.
Akufani, Shembe, siselayinini right. They must keep on giving us this feedback. Yazi mabasinikeze laba feedback. Ayasigqugquzela man. They motivate us.
Big time. Yeah, coach. No, coach. Just introduce yourself and explain to us who you are briefly.
I am Nontokozo Ngema. I am a sex and intimacy coach. I talk about sex and intimacy regarding so many things, not just the erotic side of sex, the emotional side of it, the psychological side of it, the spiritual side of it. So that's why I coach families as well, because it's also a place that I venture into where I help parents or families to make sex a topic or an easy topic at home so that the kids can come to them and they can talk about it, and couples as well, so that they can know about their sexualities and their boundaries and stuff like that. And also it reveals a whole lot of sexual boundaries and bondages that they have that they didn't even know about, right? So it's not just about the erotic sex, about the BDSMs and about the sex toys. And yes, we do that, but we also do a whole lot of other things.
I know, Siyabonga, coach. Yeah, and topic at Vela. Welcome, coach. Wisdom, Revelation, Impact.
Thank you.
I can't wait to talk about is sex. You know, is sex in the black community. Hey, it sounds like a full
Ngiyayisaba bantu abamnyama. Ngiyayisaba mara niyayithanda. Angifuni ukukhuluma ngayo mara niyayithanda. Kufana nemali, ngiyayithanda mara angifuni ukukhuluma ngayo.
Yes. No.
Listen, but you like it, you love it, you need it, ne? But open discussion. No, black people are on some no ish.
Yeah. And this is when we are in the month of love. So this is a relevant topic. Valentine's Day is coming.
Yes. The timing is beautiful. So, thank you for this.
It's beautiful, coach. That's why the secrets of having a great sex. So, coach, today we're gonna share with us those secrets we want to know. What's the secret behind, coach? So, coach, when I did my coach, we need to know the secrets, or we can say the strategies. Anyway. Because you know, Tina, in our black community, when we spoke about sex, it's about STD and teenage pregnancy. So it was a half-done education. So much no, Thomas Bonella, you are a soldier, will survive how you figure things out.
So you wanna pambil, so cool.
As long as you're STD free or pregnant someone, no, we are covered.
We are happy. Yeah, we are happy.
We are happy. Good. Hey, good. Yeah, no, good. You know, when I did my research, I was learning some things also. What sex is a is a conversation, and the great sex leads to great a relationship and a happy life. Great sex will also make you to get lost inside love, sexual healing. So it's something I love it, I like it, but I'm nervous also. But we're gonna talk straight. We're gonna hit the nail. Yes, coach. Great sex. They say it does not start in the bedroom. So where does it start, coach?
Great sex, just like orgasms, it's all in the mind.
Mm,
It's a mentality thing, right? So your mental status needs to be focused, needs to be there, it needs to want it, right? Um,
mm,
so let me talk about, because men they have sex and the orgasm and it's easy for them, right? And then
yeah.
you hear men saying that women don't orgasm, and you'll find some tweets
Mm,
that say, yeah, South African women, and you're like, oh, South African women, it's a woman thing. But anyway, don't orgasm, like you'll be at it and at it and at it, and she's just on some, she's not coming. But also, okay,
mm,
if you're in a relationship or a committed relationship with your person, with your spouse, right? I'm talking about women, ne? And
yeah.
it does not start in the bedroom, right? You need
Mm,
to be the loving partner. You need to
mm,
cater to her emotional needs. You need to cater to her
yeah.
psychological needs, right? She needs to be in a
Mm,
happy space, right? She needs to
mm,
feel
mm,
wanted. She needs to feel loved by you in order for her to
mm,
give back what she is receiving from you. And it, in order for her
mm,
to create
yeah.
these mind-blowing orgasms with you, she needs to be in a great space. So if when njalo ubuya late, she's always complaining about you not doing certain things, she's always complaining about this and that, and and awumnaki, amaXhosa bathi awumhoyi, awumnaki, you don't
Mm,
take that to heart, and you don't fix those things with her and with you. When she has sex with you, then it's just a chore. It's just something that she just wants to get over.
mm,
And
mm,
just right. And for her, it's not great. Yes, when also and happy, but for her, she did not receive that. Right. Fine. Let's say those things
mm,
are in order at home. Let's say she's well taken care of mentally, financially, and whatever. During the
yeah.
day, right? You are probably at work. She's not together. Right. Sexting.
Mm,
Send a text. Go, yo, today mangubona shower your body
mm,
or something, like compliment her, right? Um
yeah.
flirt with her via text, even a young video call in your lunch, maybe for like 2 minutes nyana, and tell her the way she's beautiful, and then I vice versa as well. This is a two-way stream, right? Couples,
Mm,
you text each other, you tell each other the way nifunana ngakhona manifika endlini, this is what you're going to do to each other. By the time you guys get home, you guys are already there
mm,
mentally, right? So it's easy for you to
mm,
get into it, and it because you've been preparing your
mm,
mind, you've been preparing your body, you've been preparing your emotions for this ultimate moment. So by the time you get to the bedroom,
mm,
where most of the time it happens, it doesn't have to happen in the bedroom, but where most of the time it happens,
mm,
then it's easier for you guys
mm.
to let go and have the orgasmic experiences that you both desire.
Yeah, yeah. Siyabonga, coach. I think also in your explanation you touched on but in sexual anticipation
Correct.
that a man should create a sexual anticipation. If maybe you've got a date somewhere on a Wednesday you're going to meet or weekend outing, should start by
Mm,
Monday, creating those sexual um, language or yeah things that she can expect that will happen. But then, as men, I think that's when we are failing to create that sexual anticipation. But can you just elaborate more? You did touch it How can we really go about it to get women to be
Another
aroused? Mm.
another thing that is common amongst couples, heterosexual couples, is that men are not so keen on foreplay, right?
Okay.
Um, Niyafika nje, maybe you fingers for 2 minutes or 2 seconds, and then how bushu sesingenile njalo. Oh,
Mm.
okay, I wasn't even that
Yes.
wet, but okay, it's fine, right?
Mm.
So
Mm.
that's another thing that we need to work on, right? If foreplay and
Okay.
if foreplay, yes, it can start when it's a physical thing, none. But then, like you say, with
Mm.
sexual anticipation, let's start that, like you say, on if I'm setting a date for Saturday, let me put the
Mm.
thought, let me plant the seed from Monday,
Yeah.
Tuesday, ngiyayinisela, Wednesday, ngifaka umanyolo,
Mm.
Thursday, kanjalo. By the time it's
Yes.
Saturday, it's a full grown plant, right? So
Mm.
um,
Mm.
men feel ukuthi they, ne, I'm digressing. I think it's something that I
Okay.
need to get off my chest.
But tell Connie the way it is. As for my half.
Okay, the society
Yeah,
has
yeah.
made men to think that they know sex, right?
Oh,
So they don't
yeah.
feel the need to research or ask their partners ukuthi badinga ini, how do they want it, and when do they want it. They feel ukuthi it's
Mm.
one blanket for everyone, you know.
Mm.
And
Mm.
like you say,
Yes.
ukuthi as long as ungaphathwa STI, ungaprekisanga, that's it, you know. And as a man, then
Yes.
you go and you go find yourself. But then as a woman, the society, a black
Mm.
society that I know of,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
You are, as a woman, you are taught to be conservative. You are taught to be this woman who does not talk about sex or and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so now your sexual needs, they are all just packed up inside and not explored or not taken out into the open, and just this is who I am, this is what I want, right? And then you get
Mm.
married or you get
Mm.
a partner, and now you are supposed to have sex, and this man thinks because then he slept with so many women, like body count in
Mm.
as a woman, he thinks he
Mm.
knows better, right? And forgetting, or rather not even thinking about it, ukuthi people are different, our bodies are different, our
Yeah.
sexual needs are different, right? So back to our
Mm-hmm.
topic, back to what we were saying about sexual anticipation, ukuthi
Mm.
as a man or as a person in the relationship, you need to know each other's sexual needs, each other's sexual
Yeah.
preferences, right? And how do you know that? You know that by, if you have planned a date for Saturday, right? And then you
Mm-hmm.
start planting the seed. By Wednesday, you see the seed that I have planted, ayikhula yenza next, it's igqibekile nje, there's nothing happening. Then we sit down,
Okay.
ukuthi hayibo, like I've been saying, ukuthi I'm going to blindfold you, I'm going to handcuff you. You are not receptive.
Mm.
What's happening?
Mm.
No,
Mm.
man, I don't
Mm.
like this. What do you like? No, I like this and this. Then you know, okay, and you still have time because it's Wednesday. So you still have time to change some things for the date on Saturday. Okay,
Okay.
so by the
Yeah.
time Saturday is here, then we minus the handcuffs, we minus this, the sesfaga, the candles, sesfaga, the roses, sesfaga, the chocolates, because that's what she
Mm.
wants. And
Mm.
you communicate. Men don't communicate because they think they know what their woman needs when they don't even know that
Yeah.
because they've never asked her,
Yeah.
right? And also, the woman
Mm.
naye, she does not know until she is asked. Because naye uzothi,
Yes.
right,
Yes.
sihlala senza kanje. But until you ask them ukuthi, kahle kahle wena, what makes you tick? you know what
Yeah.
makes you tick? And at first it's gonna be, I don't know, anything. And then you dig deeper as the partner. This is what makes me tick.
Mm.
And also, women naye, same thing with their partner. You ask Guti, so
Mm.
when what do you want? Because just not we don't know our partners as well, their sexual preferences, right? So in order for me to
Mm.
have that sexual anticipation or to be successful, I need to ask my partner as well, Guti, so what would you want me to do to you to do for you in
Okay.
order for us to have
Yeah.
this successful sexual
Mm.
encounter. Mm.
Yeah. Siyabonga, coach. And coach, I think another element is communication. How do you give feedback if maybe you're not satisfied during sex intercourse? How do we communicate? Because sometimes we are saying, no, I'm fine. But deep inside,
And actually,
especially we
it's always
women,
us
when
who
especially
suffer.
we are not really satisfied. Yeah.
It's always us who suffer because as much as men are very vocal, right? And Tina, we
Mm.
just take it, and if it's bad, it's like, ish. Just tell abangani ukuthi yo hayi ngazikhiphanga laphaya, but you're not gonna tell the
Yeah.
guy, and the guy is gonna walk around the streets thinking ukuthi yena he's the it, and he's really not, right?
Yeah.
Because we've been taught ukuthi a man's ego is fragile. Mele ungayithinti indaba yokuthi yena his manhood kwasha kwacima and nan, but yet yena he can tell me ukuthi hayi namhlanje awungiphanga kahle. you know. So
Yeah.
the first thing is ukuthi you get to know your partner. You
Okay.
get to know your partner. How do you communicate well with, like when you talk about the things that you are not happy about, right? How do
Mm.
you go
Mm.
around that, right? Um, Also, it does not have to be immediately after a sexual encounter. You can wait until mhlambe,
Okay.
if let's say it was in the morning, then you can wait until in the afternoon.
Mm.
Senihleli nje senincebelekile ukuthi yazi, when you touch my clit ungithinta very hard, iyangilimaza. So try to be
Mm.
soft next time, and I will guide you. Also, I will guide you. And naye
Mm.
the man naye or your partner naye can say ukuthi, hi, when you do even on top mawenza kanje uyangilimaza, so I will hold your hips. Please don't feel offended. I will hold your hips and show you how to do it,
Mm.
right? Kanjalo,
Mm.
then it's not an attack, and you're not saying you are bad, you are bad. You're just putting it as a preference, like your preference. Good, can we try it like this? Let's change it from this and try it like this. You're not saying good, I'm not satisfied, I'm not, because now we must try not to attack each other, because it's a very sensitive space, it's a very sensitive
Mm.
topic, right? It can make and break
Mm.
your
Mm.
relationship, right? So now
Yeah.
we don't want to make the person feel belittled. Angithi ukuthi
Yeah.
akayazi into ayenzayo,
Yeah.
futhi sesibadala, so now you're thinking ukuthi so, and bese uyazicabanga ukuthi so yonke le minyaka le ngicabanga ukuthi yimi it was not me. What is saying? So we don't want it like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You must
Yeah.
uyenza ngathi like personalize ukuthi no, this is what I want from you, this is what I want you to do to
Yeah.
me, this is how I want it, right?
Mm.
It's not an attack ukuthi you are bad. We don't say those, you are not
Mm.
bad.
Mm.
It's just
Mm.
that I don't like it like that, right?
Okay. Siyabonga. Ngaphela uMiss Elliot umanje uthi yeah, 1 minute man. Madoda, i-confidence endoda iyayehla.
Lalela, ayeke isavuka. Ayisavuka. Uyibulele.
Hayi, I want ukuthi bamenzeni uMiss Elliot masala pha.
But then I eat, but sometimes in a excited best again nisheshe nichame, who knows, maybe the guy was excited.
Yeah, no, high communication is very important.
Very, very important, and the manner and the tone that you use is very, very important.
Okay, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. There's something actually if I play is allows this language to use because like we have to reach at the final destination. So it's not about
Mm.
foreplay, but it's about having fun and discovering each other's body. Hayi ukuthi senimanje ni rush nifike ku final destination then hayi train say yeah man see.
It's like
I know.
it's like when you're taking a road trip. You
Mm,
get to admire the landscape, right? You see the mountains, you see the
yeah.
roads, you see the beautiful landscape, and you're admiring it before you get to your destination. By the time you get to your destination, you're already excited, you're already at peace, you're already enjoy, like, oh, this is like
Mm,
life is great, right? So before playing Ayinjalo,
yeah.
you are admiring this landscape. By the time you get to the destination, you're like, oh, this was worth it, you know.
Mm, mm.
Mm.
Oh, And I've learned, hey, Mariah, as mine's research of this thing, I was laughing alone. They see it while they're doing it, and they're saying, hey, are you coming? I know, Angas. No, you don't have to ask. I'd rather say, do you like it when I do it like this or like that? That's a question that you should ask, not to say, are you?
That's
I
not your
know,
question to
Siakuna,
ask.
good. Yeah, yeah.
That's not your question to ask. If a person is coming,
No.
like, you know, ungangibuzi, why ungibuza?
No, this subject is very interesting. I'm telling you. Good. Yeah. Okay. Hey, coach. Elon, the frequency of sex, coach. Hey, because our sexual appetite are not the same. Actually, how many times
Our
in a
fat.
week should we have sex?
Me, I'm gonna say every day, but
Oh, okay.
it's not. It depends on your schedule. It depends on your schedule as partners and how often do you see each other and how busy your life is and on your health status as well. It just depends on a lot of things, but
Mm,
as frequent as possible, as frequent as you can. There's a couple that I had
mm,
that, and they were saying which they've got more kids, so they hardly have sex because abantwana abancane, and
mm,
you know how kids are butting attention, and they did not have a nanny or a helper for that matter. So it was
mm.
very hard for them to find time, and I just said. So I asked them about parents abo ukuthi abantwana banabogogo na that they can take them to, or abo auntie or someone. And they said, yeah, they do have.
Yeah.
I'm like, then one weekend, it doesn't even have to be an overnight thing. You can just take the mixeni Saturday and then come back home or go wherever and have your moment together as a couple, and then tamba manbaland.
Mm,
You can do that twice a month, you know,
mm,
um,
mm.
if you can. But because we
Okay.
are adults, and adulting activities, they get in the way of intimacy, right? So you must be
Mm,
intentional
mm.
about it. You must make time for it. Angeke nje ivele nje ithi
Yeah.
awumele, you know, because there's
Yes,
work, there's kids,
yes.
there's family, there's friends, there's you as yourself. Now you need time to yourself and uyi-one. So you must be intentional
Mm,
about it. Ukuthi, I want to make this work. So you can either agree with every second day we make time, we make sure
yeah.
we have our intimate moment, we have this. That's if we have the leisure
Mm,
of time. So it can be as
mm,
frequent
mm.
as possible as you make it to be.
Okay, okay. So within that space, maybe schedule it, okay, second day we're gonna have this. And then some other day when you're supposed to have this, someone said, no, but today I am exhausted. You know my boss, you know this, you know that. No, today I don't want anything. Then how do you copy? How should he handle that situation?
Like I said, with communication, yeah. Also, the important thing about communication is the tone, and the manner of
Mm,
how you're
mm,
saying it, right? Um,
yeah.
Obviously it's not going to be every time when you're available, mentally and physically. Sometimes you had a
Okay.
stressful day and it was supposed to happen that day, and you really don't
Mm,
feel like it, and all you want is just to sit down with your partner and cuddle and drink coffee,
okay.
and
Mm,
that's also intimate for you. That's intimate also. It's an intimate thing for you, for the both of you actually, because you are sharing
mm,
that intimate space and you are making each other comfortable and at ease, right? So
yeah.
if that it's on that day and I don't feel, and you don't feel like it, then you can say, good,
Mm,
oh, as I had a stressful day today, this what happened, and I just want to lay down. That's it. And
okay.
it's either then he or she can choose to just to massage you or just to cuddle you, or take a bath together or a shower
Mm, mm,
together. You know,
mm.
it doesn't have to be sex all the time. Like
Yeah,
intimacy is not just sex, right? Because we are
yeah,
just
yeah.
building a relationship. We're building a strong bond, right? So it's
Yes.
also about that, right? So the way that
Mm-hmm.
you say it to your partner, ngiyazi ukuthi today it was our time to have sex, but I'm not
Mm,
in the mood today because of whatever. So communication and the manner that
mm.
you tell your partner is very important.
It's very important, isn't it? I know, siyabonga
Mm.
coach. Eh, in orgasm. Hey, orgasm seems very, hey, that is a hard thing to reach when it comes to women. It's like, it's something that is far away.
Far away.
Yeah, because men we just shoot and finish. But then, uh, for if they say if in the morning we had that quick and my partner did not reach that orgasm, I should make a promise to no, you know what? In the evening, it's all about you. So I'm gonna take time to explore your body and until you reach that orgasm. So, coach, yeah, advise us on this part, coach. I really telling a woman on to reach that phase. What steps should we really take, coach? Because orgasm seems to be the main event of the day. Orgasm.
So we've been conditioned or socialized, right? Ukuthi,
Mm, mm.
sex is about penetration. And that's the only
Yeah.
time or the only way that you can reach an orgasm because, well, men reach orgasm, right? So most of the
Mm,
sexual definitions or sexual expectations are from men. So
mm,
us
mm,
women must figure that we're expecting to have an orgasm through penetration, which in most
mm, mm,
cases does not happen, right? So that
mm,
is why
mm.
foreplay is important. Foreplay is important because you get to discover each other's body. So as a man, you
Yeah.
get to discover your woman's body, and in the process, she's discovering her body as well, right? She will find out Guti, there are other spots that turn her on her body when you do something as her partner. When you nibble, when you
Mm,
blow, when you kiss, when you lick, and whatever. There are certain parts of hers that turn her on, and some points they can even make her reach an orgasm. So, orgasm does not always have
mm,
to be penetrative sex, right?
mm, mm,
Um,
mm, mm.
most women don't even have an orgasm through penetration, actually, right?
Oh, okay.
So that's why foreplay is very important for women. G. Ka. So
Mm.
um, the women have clitoris. Like the clitoris is a very important organ in our bodies as women when it comes to
Okay.
sex, right?
Mm,
Yes.
mm,
So when you get that right, they will definitely have an orgasm. Other women, they do orgasm when you penetrate.
mm.
And also,
Yeah.
a woman, Nayam, she must know her own body. She must know what makes her have an orgasm. She must know
Oh,
what
yes.
position do I like that makes me have an orgasm, right? So
Mm.
whenever you have sex, there are times when it's not a quickie, there are times when it's not a serious, it's where you are just being playful.
Oh.
That's where we discover each other's bodies. That's where we discover, let's try new things and new stuff and new this and new that. And that's when you discover, okay, so I don't have to have an orgasm, mabunje kuphela, right? And when I want to have a
Mm,
quick
mm,
orgasm, this is the position or this is what I want. Just, or um, muff me, and
mm,
and
mm,
right,
mm.
and then you are good to go. Because sometimes even because in most sometimes even men don't want to have sex. There are certain days when men don't want to have sex, right? And the
Mm,
woman wants to
mm.
have sex.
It's true. Mm.
So maybe then at that time you just want a quickie. You just want to release as a woman. You just want to have that orgasm. He can just give you a mouth quickly, and then you can have your orgasm. Let's say you carry on with your life, right? Right. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's very important for the couples to explore each other's bodies so they can know how to work things out on certain times and certain days and certain needs, so that
Okay.
we are always sexually satisfied.
Siyabonga, coach. And another thing that I come across is while we are having sex, to find that your vagina gets dry because maybe the other part is taking time. So how should we handle that situation when the vagina is now dry? How can we handle that situation, coach, during the
Um,
intercourse?
Also, sometimes we are age, and sometimes Guya with your mental status, ukuthi kwenzakalani ngaso, like I said, ukuthi sex is it's a mental
Oh,
thing, right?
okay.
You need to be there mentally, right? So
Yeah.
by that sometimes you might be taking too long, and she
Mhm.
might not be enjoying whatever that it is that you're doing. She might be over it, like saying, right, it's okay, saying, like, can you just get over it already? Already in her mind, she's out of it. And your
Okay.
vagina is going to be like on some, I well, this is grand. So, and then it just goes back
Mm,
to
mm,
default settings, right? So in that
mm.
case, you can either go back to foreplay, like Puma,
Oh,
if you're penetrating her, Puma, go back to
yeah.
foreplay and start over afresh. If there's a need as well, you can use water-based
Mhm.
lubricant. Water, because
Oh,
then
okay.
yeah, most women are not allergic to water. I would like to think, right?
Mm.
And it's
Yeah.
healthy for your vagina, right? Like it's not an oil base.
Mm,
It's not. You're not gonna be getting infections or anything like that. So a
mm,
water-based lubricant. Then
mm.
uyayicebisa, then bese ke nawe ke phela mfethu nawe chama awugibela nyashi, so umntwana
Okay.
omuyimama lo. So sometimes it could be that you're just taking far too long, and yeah, now she's already
Mm,
over it. Yeah, and now she starts thinking about
mm,
iy'nkinga zemhlabeni ukuthi angibhadalanga i-Edgars, I need to go cook,
mm.
iwashing, nani
Hey.
nani,
Mm,
because you are just taking too
mm,
long.
mm,
But then also,
mm,
if that bothered you as the partner,
mm, mm,
maseniqedile, then you can ask ukuthi,
mm,
what happened there? You were wet,
mm,
everything was great, and then all of a sudden you just went dry. Why was that?
mm,
Right?
mm,
And then
mm,
she can
mm.
tell you, "Dai, now you're taking too long. Oh, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I don't know what was happening." Right? So that's another
Okay.
opportunity for her as well to figure out her body. Ukuthi, "Makwenzakala kanje, what's going on?" So
Mm.
yeah, it's also a learning thing for both of you guys at that time, a learning opportunity for both of you guys at that time.
Yeah. All right,
Mm.
coach. Because I'm asking also because sometimes some they say when they use protection, they enjoy it because a man is taking too long until they reach that orgasm. So now when we
Mm.
go to skin to skin, it ends quickly. So now there's a means confusion there. That now wish is wish.
Protection condoms, they're lubricated. So it's easy for
Mm,
you to be
mm,
fooled
mm.
thinking that she's still wet when she might not be, because it's still sliding in properly
Oh.
So that's why I'm saying, then if
Mm.
that's the case, then just use lube, because now it plays with their
Okay.
mind thinking that she's wet when she's not, right? But it does not hurt
Oh.
her, and now it does not hurt you as
Okay.
well in the process. Yes.
Mm. I
And
know. Siyabonga.
amalanga awafani. Sometimes you do go forever. You can go on
Mm,
for like
mm.
an hour or two or whatever. And some days 30 minutes is fine, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Mm.
And also this
Coach.
misconception of 2 minutes, sorry. This
Yeah.
misconception of what people last like 7 minutes, that's the ideal time, actually.
Mm, 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 mm.
Yeah,
That's the ideal
like
time, coach.
yeah, like 7 to 10 minutes, guys. Like you did great. You guys did awesome. Akunamuntu 2 minutes
Okay.
lapho. And then when you go extra, then yes, sekuyini ke lapho ke. So men, do not be deceived. You guys are doing great.
Yes, yes. Yeah. I know siyafunda. Mm-mm. I think you women, you must be open because not says, I think I'm doing a great job and I'm just off ramping.
As a man, allow that. Like I said to you, Guti, as black women, we were not taught to be free about sex, to talk about it. So as a
Yeah.
man, you are the one who are supposed to lead those conversations with your partner
Okay.
and allow her to be
Mm.
expressive when it comes to such things, and create that safe space for her to be able to express
Mm.
herself sexually, right? And for her to be
Yeah.
comfortable in talking to you about it. This is what I need, this is what
Mm.
I prefer, right? Because then the next thing, when I come to you and I tell you this is what I prefer, and then how mina ngizazela phela izinto lezi ukuthi I've been sleeping around with many men, hey, like isidima sami and
mm,
stuff like that,
mm,
because that's how
mm,
we've been taught, right? So as men, they need
mm.
to make us comfortable, even though I might be confident in my space, but then your response or your reaction to what I'm saying to you might just kill the whole mood and kill the whole thing, and I will never come back to you and tell you how I want things or what I need.
Yeah, ne? Yo,
Mm.
coach. 50 shades of what? 50 shades of grey or
Of
bezani?
grey.
Coach.
The shades of grey, of
Yeah.
black, of purple.
Oh, flower black khona.
No, I'm just making up colors.
I go. But the question goes, how do we introduce toys? Because in the black community, toys, I asihlangani that much. Ngazathi ngoba umuntu omnyama ozodinda indoda emnyama uzothi hayi no usho ukuthi lento yami ayisebenzi wawufuna ukuletha ama-toys la ekhaya.
I always tell women, if you want to buy a dildo or a vibrator, make sure it's not bigger than your man. Like, please make sure it's not
Oh,
bigger than your man, because that will kill him like dead. Like, it will kill his sexual self-esteem dead. Because now he's gonna be
wow.
like, oh, so prefer zingaga wena, And I mean, but how
Okay.
you can introduce that? It's either it's a topic. When you maybe let's say you are
Mm,
watching a movie and they're using a vibrator. Maybe there's a woman who's
yeah.
masturbating and she's using a vibrator or whatever. Then you can bring it up while watching that movie. And like, how do you feel about this, right?
Mm,
Or you can just ask, Yazi, I passed by an adult shop la, and I've never been. Masande Saturday or when we have time, just to go look what's
mm,
there, and ask the
mm,
sales assistant to help you guys with whatever questions that you have, because there are so many things there
mm,
that you can buy and that you can be comfortable with as
mm,
beginners. There's so many things for beginners that they can try and that they can use, and they're easy on the pocket as well. So
mm,
it's that good. Let's just take a walk, siyobheka laphaya kuleya shop leyana. There's
mhm,
also MSF Expo. You can go
mm,
there.
mm.
I man, I saw an ad on Twitter or on Facebook, or I heard about it. Kune sex expo happening next weekend. Masambe sabona ukuthi what's it about, But now
Yeah.
at that level, that means you are at a level where one, you are comfortable with yourself. Two, you are
Mm,
comfortable with each other. And three,
yeah,
you want
okay.
to explore more about
Mm,
your
mm,
sexual lives, and you want to make things more interesting. You want to move to the next level of your sexual
mm,
thing. So now you are willing to explore and you want to see Guti. Mhlawumbe bakhuluma ngama-toys about handcuffing and blindfolding and
yes.
whatever. You know, I don't want. I want to try it. Do you want to try it?
Mm,
Hey, nami ngiyayuza masizame, right? And also that's another thing,
okay.
we need to agree on it. You can't just be bringing isitswebu la uzongishaya singavumelelanga. Like, no. No. Why
Okay.
ngishaya? Why am I being blindfolded? Ufuna ukungenzani singasaboni. So it's those things. And those things
Yeah,
require a lot
yeah.
of trust. Like when you move to that stage, you
Mm,
require a lot of trust, because I'm handcuffed, I'm blindfolded.
mm,
If I don't
mm.
trust you, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
So I need to
yeah.
trust you ukuthi you've got my angeke ungishiye laphayana saying yay ngoba angeke ungishiye saying blindfolded and handcuffed bese so we must address those fears.
I know it's about
So
trust.
yes, we must address those fears ukuthi how do you feel about these things as well? How do you
Yeah,
feel about that?
yeah.
Because also then there's there are other thing. It's a strap on for women.
Mm,
For
mm,
it's a strap on penis, right?
mm,
And it's when you use it on a man, it's called pegging,
mm,
right?
mm.
Um,
Okay.
and it's anal sex for him, right? And
Yeah.
let's say maybe as a woman, I am sexually adventurous more than he is, so I want to try this
Okay.
pegging thing.
Mm.
And manje phela
Mm.
amtshela umuntu wami ukuthi I want to introduce this into our sexual space. And then I
Mm.
just go and I buy this thing, right?
Yeah.
Kanti my person azange angitshele yena ukuthi he was molested.
Yes.
Kwenzani?
Mm. Eh? Eish. So that he lied to me la.
Literally.
Eh.
Oh,
Yes, I want to adjust this light. Okay. Yeah. Yes, coach. Yeah, you can
yeah. So
continue.
yeah, yeah. I'm saying with it. So then, as the adventurous partner, the woman, you
Mm.
bring in this strap-on penis, right? And you don't tell
Yeah.
your partner because you do not have the conversation at first. I get you thinking that you are spicing up your sexual lives and whatever, whatever.
Mm.
And then you bring it, and he did not disclose ukuthi he was
Mm.
molested at some point in his life. So it's a trigger for him. And now you bring
Mm.
in this thing and he's triggered and he becomes violent and and you're like, yo, so now you're also shocked with how I did not think you would act like this. Kanti had you
Mm.
communicated this thing, maybe yes, he would not have still disclosed what he was molested, but then he would have told you what he does not want to try it,
Mm.
right? So even as
Mm.
a woman, also there maybe you were your childhood was not so great and la ukhulela khona bebahlale mhlambe bakubophele ekamereni bangakunikeza ukudla, so for you ama-handcuffs nokushaywa is like spanking. It's a trigger for
Mm.
you. And now,
Yeah.
as this
Yeah.
man, bekabhekele 50 Shades of Grey with his friends or with his cousins or whatever, he's bringing this 50 Shades of Grey kit at home. And now there are
Mm.
handcuffs and flogging and whatever. And when I kumbuza when you were 5 or when you were 10 in that room where they used to tie you up
Mm.
and bakshaye, and maybe now it's
Yo.
something as a woman that you did not tell your partner that, so then it becomes a trigger, right? And now your reception
Mm.
of it, it's not as great and not what he had anticipated. That is why when
Mm.
you want to introduce something new in your sexual space as couples, communicate, talk about it first to see ukuthi
Yeah.
omunye ukuphi regarding this and how do they feel about it, so that your gesture, because it's a great gesture and uyenza from
Mm. Mm.
enhliziyo emhlophe, so that your gesture is not rejected and you feel ukuthi I know I'm trying and this person yena reject, you don't feel rejected and you don't
Yeah.
feel ukuthi your sexual ideas are not being taken into heart. So you
Oh,
communicate and
yeah.
find out. It's a very sensitive space, this, because we don't know our past age
Mm.
when it comes to these things. We don't know our triggers,
Yes.
because as much as we communicate, but there are some things you are not ready to disclose to your partner. You might be married for 10 years and you will not know what she was
Mm.
raped or he was raped, right? Because he's not ready
Yo.
to tell, and that is okay.
Mm. 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 Nice, my coach. Yo, that's very hectic. So, coach. Hey, coach. Another question, la. Ngiyakutshela ubona ke le. But there's a difference between pleasure and satisfaction. Madoda. Thina manje with the high pleasure in 6 feet is one thing, coach. So, coach, is just analyze and explain to us what's the difference in between a pleasure. Because now they made an example to say, okay, you can have sex, that's pleasure, but when either of the parties is not satisfied, it means that there was no satisfaction. So even if they say can even introduce those toys and what or condoms so that the other party can be satisfied.
That's true. Nama was mind blown. I was like, kanti. Bengiphila manga. That is so true. Because sex is about two people, and
Yeah,
the reason why we have sex outside of procreation, like we are not procreating, we have sex for pleasure, right, and for satisfaction, is for so that both parties can be satisfied. I'm having sex so that I
yeah,
can be satisfied, you are having sex so that you can be satisfied. We are having sex
mm,
together so that we can satisfy each other, right, and also
yeah,
obviously have pleasure. And you cannot reach satisfaction if you do not have pleasure. I mean,
yeah,
like if bola,
yes,
it's not like ukudla. Ukudla ungadla
mm,
ukudla okubi mara usuthi.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
that's fine. But
Yeah.
with sex, it's different because we have it for pleasure and for satisfaction, right? So
Mm,
that is why it's important for even during sexual intercourse, right? You
mm,
communicate
mm,
with no, keep it there emalapho iqinisa kancane la khuphuka kancane here, so that by
mm.
the time siqeda, I had fun, it was pleasurable, and I am satisfied. Unlike nje
Yeah.
ngithule ngathi ngisidumbu ngisimumu nginje, I'm not saying anything, then by the time we are done I'm saying ukuthi hayi saze safukuza ke for nothing because I'm not satisfied, right? So communication during the deed is also very important, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes women mistaken intense pleasure as an orgasm. It's
Mm,
not.
mm, mm,
It's not.
mm.
Um, it's very intense. It's a very intense feeling. It
Yeah.
value which it did now and confuse to think good I just had an orgasm when you haven't had an orgasm, right? And then
Oh.
afterwards, then when you are done, you are feeling good. No man, askakafiki la bengifuna ukuthi sifike khona, right? Because at
Mm,
that time
mm.
when we thought ukuthi it's an orgasm. It was not an orgasm, and he probably thought nah, it's an orgasm. So then we both stopped, and he had an orgasm, and he thought, "Good, you are satisfied." You also thought, "Good, you are satisfied as a woman at that time," but actually it
Yeah,
wasn't, right?
yeah.
So
Mm.
sex is it's about learning and growing. We learn and
Yeah,
grow, and there's
yeah.
no wrong or right. Right? It's what
Mm, mm.
tickles your fancy as a person, as an individual. But communication throughout the deed is also important, so that you both know what you need during the journey. With so lambile similar, ichama stage la siyachama noma sekwenzakalani or do siyaqhubeka. It's that. Which no, let's stop here for a bit. I just
Yes.
want to stretch my legs, right? I just want to stretch my
Yeah.
legs. So when I say that, it means ukuthi when I touch a spot, like no, qhubeka la kancane before you penetrate, like qhubekela, like
Mm,
nibble
mm,
here a bit, like kiss here a bit, just a bit longer. I like it like this,
mm.
or suck here a bit. I like it a bit. I like it before siqhubeka with something else, right? So communication during the
Yeah.
deed is also important. Then yeah, you can have pleasure and satisfaction.
Yeah. Coach, how you explaining the coach? Coach, iporno. Porno is another thing. Ngazathi ibhekwa amadoda nje kuphela. So angazi ukuthi iporno, who should watch it between the two? Because some men, they get obsessed. Seba ignore now the person next to them. Seba fantasize what they see there. And how can we use porn in a correct way? Because I think both of us want to grow into sexual thing.
Women do watch porn as well, just so you know.
Okay.
It's just that we don't talk
Oh,
about it. We don't talk about it. But
because before we answer, because sometimes they change. Pastor prophesy, but no, you watch too much porn. And so one of the guy, I beg up, and yes, I repent. And I don't know
but also
which coach.
not most men do watch porn. More men watch porn than women. That's true. But
Mm,
women do watch porn
mm,
as well. And porn
okay.
porn is like watching in Mission Impossible. Ubheka Tom
Mm,
Cruise jump from building to building. You can't do that in
yeah.
real life. So that's what porn is that. It's Mission Impossible. We can't want to practice
Okay.
it in real life. Your partner's not a porn star. Your partner's penis is not that big. Your partner
Okay.
is not as agile as that porn star that you are watching. No.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
however, you can get ideas from
Mm,
that
mm,
porn that you are watching. But and make it more realistic, right? Masingayizama kanje,
mm,
maybe then she will like it. Masingayenza kanje, then maybe she will like it. Or he will like it,
mm,
right? And
mm,
if you watch porn and you have a partner and then
mm,
you watch it in secret and they catch
mm,
you, to
mm.
him or her, it's gonna feel like you are cheating on them, right? It's
Okay.
gonna be a personal thing, right? So if
Mm,
you watch porn, allow your
mm,
partner in that space if they like
mm,
it,
mm.
because there are some people who don't
Okay.
like it and don't want to be
Mm,
associated with it, right?
yeah.
And find out how your partner feels about you watching porn. Why are you
Mm.
watching porn? What are you getting from that? You know,
Mm.
um,
Mm.
how did it start? When did it start? And
Yeah.
because, like you say, it can lead to an addiction because now you
Mm.
are
Mm.
watching this, and in some cases, you are masturbating. Who are you
Mm.
thinking about when you are masturbating, watching porn? When your partner does not
Yeah.
like this thing. Do you understand?
Mm.
So, because obviously your partner is not doing these things, but you are masturbating to these things, and she does not
Mm.
like being
Mm.
in these spaces, or he does not like being in these spaces. So, who are you thinking about while you are doing all these things? That is why sometimes then they
Mm.
feel you are cheating on them because you will be having a sexual experience without them, right?
Mm.
And
Mm.
for
Mm.
them, then they take it personally, right? So introduce it to your partner. If maybe they say if they found you very so when standardly porn, you're not addicted, you're you're for whatever, for entertainment or
Mm.
whatever reason, you
Mm.
tell them, I like porn. This is what I like watching, and the reason why I like it. Like you need to really explain yourself to your partner. Go to, this is why I like
Mm.
porn, and I do like porn, and are you interested in it? If
Mm.
they are not interested in it, ask them, what is it okay
Mm.
now if me and need better without you?
Oh,
And then you
okay.
will get a response. And then if
Mm.
maybe then for you guys, because I need to remember relationships, they're about compromise. So
Yes.
for you guys to be happy about this thing, to come to a mutual agreement, you can then tell your partner, would say, I will watch a porn, and then when
Mm-hmm.
uzongiqedelela ngathi ngizobe sengiqalile vela, I'm already aroused from what I've been watching. So then bese ke
Oh,
wena uyeza
yes.
uzongiqedelela, then kanjalo he or she was not watching it with you, but at least
Mm.
he or she is part of it,
Oh,
and they
yes,
don't
yes.
feel uncomfortable, right? And
Mm.
the
Mm.
important thing, I will repeat, porn is not real sex. It's Mission Impossible.
Mm.
Literally, you are watching a movie, and don't expect your partner to be trying all these crazy things.
Mm.
Because when about cards, they
Okay.
drink supplements, they do a whole lot of
Mm.
things that you guys are
Mm.
not doing in real life. So we can't expect you guys to be porn stars in bed.
Mm.
That won't be
Mm.
fit for
Mm.
both of you guys.
Mm. Siyabonga, coach. Siyabonga, coach. And I come across something about the masturbation that we should allow each other to masturbate. I don't know about that. When we are married, masturbation, how do we mix the two?
It depends. Because like I said, with sometimes we are not always on the same page. Sometimes you don't want to have
Mm.
sex, penetration that is, and sometimes
Yeah.
your partner does.
Okay.
So it's either then you help them masturbate or
Mm.
you watch them masturbate.
Oh,
And also,
okay.
if you have introduced toys, then you can use
Mm.
those toys to get your orgasm, right? But don't do it in
Mm.
secret. The thing that
Mm.
kills
Mm.
all these things is that they are done in secret. And then the next thing you bump into your partner
Mm.
masturbating by himself or herself, and you're like, ngikhona, wenzani? Why wenza kanjalo, So
Mm.
if
Mm.
it's done phambi
Mm.
kwakho in your presence and you know why, and maybe very it's that time when you were like, I'm too tired for this. Let me just help you, and help you masturbate. But
Mm.
Mina, I'm just too tired. You know, Wuti, there's no emotional or psychological cheating that is happening, or sexual cheating that is happening, right?
Mm.
So Gandalo, then it's fine. But then when it's done in secret, then that's where the problem begins.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah, I know. Which means must be open with everything when it comes to sexual relationship, coach.
It's very sensitive.
I
It's a
know.
very sensitive space.
Yeah. Yeah, it is,
Mm.
coach. If you know ube nenhliziyo iqinile impela.
Inhliziyo
So
open, inhliziyo eqine kanjani?
open. No, ungabi easily broken.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, good. I know, coach. Give us your last words, coach. To those people whose sex is dull and there's no movement, how they can become spontaneous, coach, to improve their sex to greatness. in sex, in a
Um,
relationship, coach?
when sex becomes dull, that means you've been together for quite some time, right? So that means you know each other, you know each
Yeah.
other's needs, right?
Mm.
And
Yeah.
you do that thing that your partner likes. If maybe your partner
Mm.
likes cooked food, home cooked food, and maybe for the longest time
Mm.
you were too busy at work, too busy with the kids, too busy with life and whatever, and you did not have time to
Mm.
cook for them, then that's what you do.
Mm. Mm.
And meke ngena nje endlini uzozwa ukudla, isimo sokudla, angithi
Mm. Mm.
uyamdumela
Mm.
ngokiss. But now
Yeah.
also it differs from people to people because we've got, like I said, we've got kids, we've got things. So now they're your 40.
Mm.
If you have kids, then
Mm.
you can wake up in the morning, uyi-one, thatha abantwana ubahambise kagogo, ka-aunty, kamkhulu, kamzala, or wherever, and then you come back home.
Mm.
And then
Mm.
you tell your partner, ukuthi, ayi, abantwana sengibahambisele sekuyimi now. You know, that's part of
Yeah.
spontaneity.
Yeah.
If maybe then you go to
Mm.
a wedding and you want to have a quickie and you're like, masambe, quick, you know. Um,
Mm.
in most cases, it's about being shy. And
Yeah.
now your partner's going to be, manje, this time, njani. So you create all these things every single day. It's the seeds that you plant on a daily basis. It's the space that you
Mm.
create for you guys, a sexual safe space that you create for you guys. Ukuthi, I
Mm.
always want you. So your partner must always feel wanted. You must always feel wanted by your partner as well. Which all the time I want you.
Mm.
All the time I want you. And now when you
Mm.
have reached that plateau, ukuthi, life has been lifing, kids have been kidding,
Mm.
fees have been
Mm.
feasing, finances have been financing,
Mm.
and you just don't have that. You don't. You just you've lost the spark. You know.
Yes,
Then
yes.
kanjalo, you can start it small by having those small dates, ama date nights, weekend away
Mm.
type of thing. Then by that time, manbuya
Mm.
senyakhalelan all the time. Well,
Yeah.
at least not all the time,
Yeah.
but it's better than before. So it's spontaneity. Then it can be
Mm. Mm.
introduced kanjalo because you can't just be spontaneous on me when I don't feel wanted by you or when I'm irritated by you. You know.
Yeah.
So, like I said,
Yes,
it's
yes.
it's a mental thing. It's an emotional thing. When I'm not emotionally satisfied or fed, when I'm not physically and financially okay and psychologically, you can't just be spontaneous. We all need to be
Mm.
in a great space when it comes to those things. So it's an ongoing thing. Like it's a plant that needs to be
Mm.
nurtured.
Mm.
It's a plant that needs to be taken care of all the time so that
Yeah.
ingafi. Yeah.
Mm. 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 I know, siyabonga coach. I no, usherile coach. I usually city the last word of wisdom. Angazi ukuthi ufuna uku-add more or we are covered right there.
My last words are always the same, and I don't get tired of saying it, is that
Yes, yes,
communicate,
coach.
communicate, communicate with your partner. Tell your partner what you want,
Yeah.
tell your
Yeah.
partner how you want it, tell your partner what you need,
Mm.
tell your partner how you need it at all times. And
Yeah.
the manner and the tone are very important.
Mm. I know, siyabonga coach. Coach, where can people find you?
So I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. On Twitter, it's at Sex Edu Expression. On
Mm.
Facebook as well, it's Sexual Education Expression. On WhatsApp, it's 081 410 9680.
Okay, I know, Sabang coach. I think, coach, somewhere somehow you have to document all this wisdom in a book and just sell it, coach.
Oh, never nangifakele pressure. Yes, I'm sure you're the third person this year alone telling me this.
No, ungahambi nayo, coach. Ungahambi nayo. Isale la emhlabeni.
Nangifakele pressure.
Hayi, coach, ibalulekile siyayifuna le wisdom. Ubhale now
No,
your
yeah,
own black book. You want your own black book. Ha.
no, yes, yes. I think when you are the one who just
Yeah.
confirmed it. Yes.
I don't know, coach. Bangakhulisa isikhathi sakho, coach. Ube ne-great evening, coach. I know. Siyabonga impela usharile wisdom, coach. It will make our
Thank you so much,
Valentine
Coach.
look so
Thank you so much for having me, Coach.
I know, sharp, sharp, coach.
Bye.
Bye bye. Hi, Siyabonga bakithi. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and you can leave comments about what is your take about having um, a great sex. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and press the like button. Thank you again. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.